What is a driver? In the realm of computer science, a driver is a software component that lets the operating system and a device communicate, according to a definition on learn.microsoft.com. When you connect a mouse, a keyboard, a printer, or an audio interface, there will be a driver that acts as a middleman between the hardware device and the application that you're using. The driver is often developed by the hardware manufacturer, but not always. If the hardware follows a published hardware standard, it's possible that a standard driver can be used. But in the world of audio, things don't necessarily stick to a rigid standard. For this reason, and for reasons I'll share with you throughout this video, it's very likely that your audio interface has a custom driver that should be used for optimal performance. You can usually find and download that driver by running a quick web search with your interface's model number and the word driver or the word downloads. Aside from the variations between hardware devices in the audio industry, there's another important distinction that sets audio drivers apart from other types of drivers. And that's the fact that audio is very time sensitive. To help you understand the nature of a digital audio signal, let's take a step back and think about a CD. Similar to a vinyl record, the information on a CD is organized in a spiral on a disc. However, being a digital audio format, a CD encodes the audio as PCM, or pulse code modulation. The audio on a CD has a 16-bit depth and a sample rate of 44.1 kilohertz. That means that every second, there are 44,100 samples for both the left and right channel, with each sample consisting of 16 bits, and each bit representing a 0 or a 1. In the case of a CD, the zeros and ones are represented by either a pit or a land that will reflect light differently. It's a cool concept, but the details aren't too important for this video. What's important to understand here is that a CD is a streaming format, which means that a CD player reads the stream of PCM in a serial fashion. If there's a scratch on the CD, you may hear errors, which can result in annoying clicks or dropouts. It's very important that digital audio streams maintain some minimum level of quality control. Otherwise, the analog audio waveform won't be properly reproduced when converted back to analog by a DA converter. Getting back to the discussion on audio drivers, it's not only important that an audio driver transports PCM data with minimal errors, but especially in pro audio, it's important that the driver does this quickly because they're often used in time-sensitive situations. Contrast this to a printer driver, for example. If your computer takes some extra time to send a document to your printer, and if it takes a few attempts to send that data correctly, it won't be the end of the world. But if your audio interface struggles to send high-quality digital audio quickly, the stakes are much higher, especially in professional situations. While the PCM on a CD is streamed to the converter somewhat linearly, the PCM data in a DAW or other computer application is not. And that's partly because the computer has other things to worry about, so it can't simply dedicate all of its resources to the audio applications. Instead, an audio interface driver will utilize a buffer to transport audio to and from the hardware device. Rather than a linear stream of bits, the driver will store a buffer of bits and then transport it, then store another buffer of bits and transport it, and so on.